Morning, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of the Changes BeConnected Virtual Conference 2023, the future of AI and data. Absolutely, yesterday was a whirlwind of insights, networking, and innovation. We hope you all had as much fun as we did. I'm your host, Neha Dubey, for the rest of the session. Today, we are thrilled to feature a lineup of industry leaders who have not only mastered various data management best practices, but are also eager to share their invaluable insights. No matter where you currently stand in your journey, we have solutions just for you. But wait, there's more. Brace yourself for an exclusive opportunity to enhance your expertise with certification in Changes product like DataZap, DataZen, DataZens, and more. The certification opens doors to a multitude of possibilities, allowing you to take your skills to the next level. And who can resist a thrilling raffle? We have curated an exciting array of prizes for our attendees, courtesy to Changes BeConnected. Don't miss out on your chance to win big. Before I turn the time over to a speaker, a little housekeeping. I would encourage the audience to shoot in your questions by typing them in the Q&A window at the bottom of your screen. We'll make time at the end to answer those. Now, it's my honor to introduce our first speaker today, Mr. Ganeshan Ratnam, the co-founder of Changes USA. With a master's from IIT Chennai, he brings a wealth of experience from Unisys Corporation, DSRC, Tata Unisys, and Bharat Electronics Limited. Today, he explores the role of AI ML in data management, blending his expertise with the passion of quantum physics, history, and storytelling. Along with him, we also have Swati Sridhar from a research and development team. Let's welcome them for an enlightening session. The stage is yours, Mr. Ganeshan. Over to you.
Thank you, Neha, for the excellent introduction. And good morning to all of you tuning in from United States and rest of Americas. Good afternoon to all of our European joinees, and good evening to our people attending from the Asian continent. Without much ado, let's get started. So today, the word AI, ML, artificial intelligence and machine learning is used so much, right? It is so much used such that there are bachelor's degrees in ML in Tamil Nadu and other states in India, which is amazing how people can get to that level of specialization in the bachelor's degree itself. But anyway, it is a very attractive field because it tries to infuse intelligence into machines, and it's always attraction to the people of the world. If a machine is able to do things what humans are able to do, then it's a miraculous thing, and whoever created it is looked upon as a great inventor and scientist. So here we want to explain and let you all know what AI and ML can do in our world of business. Especially Changes is helping the various big businesses to improve their data, improve their data quality, move their data to modern applications, helping organizations to in their digital transformation journey. And in that process, many of our customers are started to tap into the power of AI and ML. And we facilitate that using our smart data platform product as well as our excellent services that go along with. So when we talk about the smart data platform, the platform itself, within its code, within its design, has several pieces of ML, AI being used. And that is within the code of the smart data platform. And the whole platform can be used by organizations to implement their AI ML strategy. Why and how? Because for any good ML and AI to work, it needs data, lots of data, not just lots of data, lots of good data. Then only it can crunch through, crawl through, and provide desired results. So there is going to be ML that is within the software and outside the software. And this talk is primarily focused on how ML is used within our software. And of course, we will touch upon external ML users a little bit. Let's go to the next one. So we will be covering Me Too, whether we should join the crowd of AI ML or do a critical analysis and choose carefully. And then we have an overview of the AI ML landscape, where all AI and ML is used. And then we narrow down to data management, which is where Chainsys excels, and our customers look forward to use us in the data management field. So we will try to focus how ML can help in that area. Though their AI/ML is a very vast field, we'll try to focus on the data management. And within data management, there are certain sweet spots which are, amenable for ML adoption. So we will select a couple of them and showcase that. And BERT is an engine which is for ML, which we are used behind the scenes. We will go to the next one. So here it says, it's good to join the crowd, but it's always better to see what it's all about before jumping headlong into any of the newer technologies and hype. Of course, AI ML has been hype for almost 40 years now. Even back in the 80s, people who were intelligent or who, posed to look intelligent, they always carried some books called Artificial Intelligence and said, I'm going to specialize in that field in computer science. So it started way back where it was programmed in Lisp and other software, I think. So from there, it's been in the research area for this long. And in the last 5-7 years, the hardware, the necessary software, price, etc., have become conducive for the AI ML revolution and explosion. So the message here is we have to go to the basics. Any business should go to their basics, what business they are doing, and how any tool or technology or a new service can help improve their core business. There cannot be an adoption just because it is a new technology and it is available and different vendors are pushing it. So no technology for technology's sake. And as I briefly touched upon when discussing the giving the overview, any AI effort, we have to have very good quality data. So in our world of business, people today are aggregating or bringing data from their various enterprise systems, such as ERPs, CRMs, other MES, or IoT systems. So they have data generated in various enterprise applications. And to make AI sense out of these data generated by multiple applications, they need to be, first of all, consolidated and brought into a location. And that location is today carrying the name of data lake or data lake house. Earlier it was called warehouse, data warehouse. Before that it was just called a data store or file. We keep renaming them as it's the new jargon. So the data that gets to your organization's data lake needs to be of good quality. So that is some area where the Chainsys Smart Data Platform plays a significant role in improving the data quality. It automates several of them, and in several places, it acts as a good servant or assistant by bringing in the right information for the decision makers to act upon. And that is very important because people cannot pour over volumes of Excel-based data, do corrections, improvements, deduping, etc. It's impossible. So machine help is a must in these areas, and it reduces the TDM, and no organization has the bandwidth to hire that many people to do all this hard work. And it would be a punishment if you give a big Excel sheet and ask engineer or administrator to go through it. Say even 10,000 is a huge thing. They will go crazy. So machines do not have that. They don't get tired. So let's go on to the next slide. So here we just want to touch upon where all in modern world AI and ML have sent out their tentacles. So in healthcare, especially imaging related AI and ML, there has been a lot of inroads and many other areas. I personally know one of my friends in Texas. He has a company, startup, of course, now it is 5-10 years. And they take the pictures of mammograms, and the machine itself is able to study it and provide diagnosis results. So this is an area where, even in advanced countries, there are expert doctors, but their availability for such a activity is very low and very expensive. So for a first cut screening, it's always a good idea to run it through the AI/ML, and where it shows some severe things, then the human doctors can jump in and start the remedy curing work. And also in other parts of the world where there is no big medical facilities, say in remote Asia, Europe, or Africa, Southern America, Northern America too. So there they can at least have these AI/ML powered systems to do a first level of diagnosis. And that itself, if it saves a few lives, it's better than no life saved. So that's one area, and people are using AI/ML with the cognitive AI, where people are able to, doctors are able to study, prepare for a surgical operation the previous day or before the operation by simulation of the condition and what direction they should approach the incision, etc. They plan the surgery very well with all those 3D virtual reality based systems. And in finance, it can do a lot of, you can find out the outlier data and show you something is amiss. And we know in manufacturing, it's already, robots have been in manufacturing for a very, very long time now. And we talking from Michigan, right in our backyard, General Motors manufactures many of its brands here in Lansing, Michigan. It's all mostly automated with the huge robots doing the job. Of course, transportation, we all know, the self-driving cars, they are able to have vision. Based on the vision, it makes decisions regarding stopping or turning, braking, accelerating, etc. And of course, we see in entertainment recommendations based on what we watched. So that way we don't have we are being offered suggestions. Earlier, it used to be a human, right? Some of your friends would tell you, that's a good movie to see. Why don't you see that? Now you open up any of the channels or YouTube or any social media, based on who you are, what your language is, and your past browsing and viewing history, it gives you, why don't you watch this? Many times, if you watch good thing, it recommends good stuff. So don't watch bad stuff. Okay. And in education, maybe Swati can add some.
Yeah, so AI is widely used in education systems for, personalized learning. Like, a teacher can make a task ready for the kids as per their understanding. So there are these new techniques going on, and in actually a research going on in India, that a lot of neural networking is being implemented to understand what the student would like to study. So in that way, they personalizedly create their learning techniques to each and every student, and they send the content throughout to the students so that they can read it. That's one good thing that they're trying to do, so that the student at the end wouldn't get bored to study some things that he's not interested into. So that's one major technique that's being used in AI, using neural networks. And the second is the automated grading system. So a teacher do not definitely have to grade everything. Like in the past we used to do manual grading and understand, but AI would automatically have the answers ready with it, so it automatically grades and gets the results. That's one thing that it's being used in education, most of it. most of the time. And the intelligent tutoring system is the same. Like I said, it uses the neural net. So it actually would understand what the kid wants. That's one thing. And how else can AI be used in the future? So AI is used in edge computing. Like, we generally run our AI codes on servers these days. But in the future, like if you want to use a self-driving car, we can directly input our AI codes into the self-driving car machine rather than connecting it with the server and then processing it. So that's one thing. And also for this data security purpose, we need to have a privacy AI code to be built. So at that time, there are some techniques called federated learning where the data understands, the AI model understands that these are the private models that we are supposed to be used. So that way, the AI learns on its own that these are the private data to be stored, and it should not be, given back to all of them. Like it should not be shared to any others. So that's the privacy thing that is trying to build, that we can try to build with AI. And also, AI is widely used in space explorations for rovers and all of it to understand, and it itself on its own can see the weather and everything, and it goes on with that. So it's just using AI. It has its own life support systems, and it lives on its own in different planets. So that also is being used widely in the future, and it can be used in a better way in the future. And goes with the healthcare, like Ganesh also said, there are a lot of things that doctors would not predict. So that things can be, implemented with AI. So AI predicts if the disease, like with the symptoms, it can literally say and go through the larger data that is available, and it can say, yes, this is the disease, and it can predict the outbreaks. It can say, yeah, it can lead to this particular disease. So that is most widely useful for the future. So we can predict any outbreaks, like how COVID happened or anything in the future that would happen. So we can try to predict it. And the most interesting and fun thing for all of us is pets. Like, is each and everyone have pets in the house. So we sometimes the dogs do understand our communication, but for them to make it much more happier, there are these AI techniques that are being built where we can communicate with the dog and cat or any other pet, for instance, with their language. So this is one of the major thing that's going on right now in the current trend with AI. And all of these are very much important for the future, for better understanding and easier things. So that's the thing about it is.
So while on this topic, where AI used to work on large volumes of data to predict any outbreak of diseases, if you look at the history of, most of this work is statistical work. So long before computers came into use, way back probably 19th century. So at that time, cholera and such diseases were, causing a lot of damage to the human population worldwide. And London was no exception. The outbreaks were severe and people were dying in large numbers. So the municipality or the corporation, city authorities, they wanted to see what is causing this thing. They are not experts in medicine or any other field, medicine or prevention of diseases experts. They are pure either clerical people. So they plotted where these cholera outbreaks was happening on a map, and like a heat map within this on the city. And they also happened to have data of where there was breaks in the drainage and water supply systems, which the municipality has. That is their data. So then they put these two together and found a correlation, and then found out it's caused by drainage water entering into the water supply system. And now it is easy to say, hey, it should never happen, but it has happened, and that was the one causing the heavy damage. So people could rectify that and save a lot of human lives. So that fundamental statistical analysis is the base for many of the AI and ML algorithms. They are also based on the statistics plus machine learning capabilities to improve those algorithms or statistical formulas. So here we are looking at AI and its use in data deduplication, etc. Oh, sorry. Let me see the title and come back here. Why is AI needed for data do? So we are diving into our own smart data platform. And one of the very important thing for data quality is to remove duplicate master records. So let me go to the second slide, other one. So the business case, just like germs causing havoc with human lives, having bad data, including duplicate data, creates a lot of damage, business damage. So let me give a little basis of how bad data affects business. If you have an incorrect address on your customer record, you will ship out items or big machinery to a wrong address and later face the wrath of the customer who will be yelling at you over the phone, what happened to my shipment, etc. So it's a big mess which becomes a costly correction exercise. Likewise, if you have customers and represented across multiple master records, different parts of your organization will be including transactions with the customer under different records, though they are one and the same. So they will not be, accounted as brought together as, the total sales for a particular customer will not add up because the system thinks each is a separate customer. And you lose the opportunity to see some person giving you a lot of business and with whom you have to interact and work more. You miss that opportunity because the report doesn't show them in the top 10 or 20. So there is likewise, if you have vendors, suppliers with duplicate records, then you miss out that this supplier has supplied more than 1 million parts. But if it is spread over 2 records, 2 or 3 records, then only 300,000, 400,000, and another 300,000 will be recorded in your operational system. And any report, if you know that you are buying 1 million from them, you may be able to negotiate better pricing and other terms with that vendor. When your report doesn't show, it's only showing 300, 400, and 300 across 3 different rows in your report, you miss that opportunity. So it's important to have deduping done properly and to have high quality data. And likewise, in the inventory situation of items and materials, if you have same part, machine part or anything with different item IDs, right? So when one of you are in a floor, one part of the floor will use the first ID, and when they see on their computer system that ID has less number in the inventory, they'll start ordering without knowing the same physical parts are in another bin available there under a different item number. So there will be extra stock, and that means extra money wasted by the organization, which could have been better utilized in other parts of the business. So a lot of confusion arises even when such a small thing as a duplicate record in your operational systems. And removing them is a very important part of improving data quality. We'll go back to that. So let us see how data dedupe can be accomplished using regular methods, and how machine learning algorithms help us in this in a better way. Here we use the algorithms, traditional algorithms or machine learning algorithms, like a good assistant. They bring to the data steward or data expert, the set of records which the algorithm thinks are very close to one of the seeded input records. So that way you know how many of them are looking alike, and then the human engineer or data engineer can look at it and make decisions whether to delete some of those records or merge some of them together. Those decisions he can do, which is available as functions within the Smart Data platform. So let us go get to Swati, how ML and AI algorithms do a better job.
Yeah, sure. So as per this slide, like we see, we can know like how AI can be used in data management, right? So the major process of using AI is to minimize the effects of humans. Like, human cannot do everything. It has to ease up the work. So there is this technique for any data, we need data quality. The quality of the data is matter for any client or customer or whatever. So for that, you should not have the same duplicated records, which are like, giving a lot of extra data and takes up a lot of storage in the cloud. So in order to minimize all that, we can use AI for data deduplication. We can use it with even algorithms like fuzzy, but AI, what it does is it goes with a continuous learning procedure where it tries to understand the first unlabeled data set. It will learn that, yes, this person is trying to find the duplicated records along with the abbreviations. And for the future records, it understands when it's being trained, it kind of like, continuously learns that this is how the person wants all of it. So that's one of the things. So the data in data management, we also can use it for data security purposes. Like, we can monitor different data access patterns. Like, for suppose an unauthorized access should not be there within our platform. So if we are able to find out that who is the person who is accessing it unauthorized, it is very difficult for a human to get it. So we enable some AI systems, and we can try to monitor the data access platform, and it gives us the notification immediately that this person tried to access, and this is what have been changed, and this is what have been shared to others. So this is one of the things. And then comes to the data maintenance part. So maintaining a large data is a very big task. So there are certain things like archiving that is being used in our platforms. So any platform, when we are trying to archive data, we do it manually, right? It takes a lot of time for archiving. Whereas AI can focus on what data to be archived. It can learn on its own. Like we can tell once that this is the data that we are trying to archive. So it continuously learns and it archives it on its own in the future. So that's how AI can be enabled. And the second thing and the third thing that can be done is the privacy, which is similar to the security thing. So we actually try to manage and track the user records and try not to give unauthorized access to people. So this is one of the things that AI can be used in data management. Yeah.
And here we discussed this already. And here we see that the ML algorithms are performing better than traditional algorithms or even fuzzy logic that has been used earlier. We will go without much, for the sake of time, let's jump into the core of the program that Swati developed, which is helping in deduping.
Yeah.
She will explain how the different parts of the software and how that decision happens.
So this is a walkthrough of the AI model that's being developed, or it's already been done. So this is totally done on Python. So we can try to integrate with any other thing. So what this AI model does is we have an Excel sheet. So it's going to take it in a CSV format, and we're going to import it through our modules such as pandas, which is going to read the data. And then it's going to work in such a way that a BERT pre-trained model is used, which splits the data into training and testing set for the first initial training. So it splits 80% of the data and tries to train it on that and use it on the 20% of the other data to test it, whether it's working or not. So we are trying to implement this. We implemented this BERT training model where it gives us the results of data dedupe. It performs the data deduping by, BERT is nothing but it splits into different embeddings, right? So it converts into different embedding formats and tries to read the process data, that is the CSV file, and provide us the similarity scores and similar companies that are the near matches which are available in the CSV file. So for example, we considered the company called Hellman Worldwide Logistics, which I will explain it in the next slide. So this goes through the output, and then the person can manually edit it and then retrain it back to the AI model so it understands for the future prediction. And yeah, how is this done? Is the steps that I've explained right now. So it processes a data set of company names in the CSV file. It identifies the potential abbreviations. Like BERT is used to identify the abbreviations as well as the full name of the company. It calculates the embeddings, and then it measures the similarity scores between each of the company with using cosine similarity. We can either use fuzzy, but this also gives the better result. And then we cluster it using this module called DBS scan, which actually groups the data as per the near matches, and then it performs all the identification and gives us the results. So these are the steps that we have built for our AI model right now.
So now is the time to see whether ML really did its job. So this is again some more details about the ML program.
Yeah. So what it does is, for example, there is a statement like how we are seeing in the example. BERT uses the word piece tokenizer, right? So this splits the data into different embeddings. So all that statement, it splits into BERT as separate, uses as separate, and all of it, like you can see in the picture. So what it does is, it splits everything into different embeddings and tries to match it with the similar matches in our data set. So that's how it's working. Like for suppose anything which a company is having a full name, it splits into different embeddings and shows us the abbreviation, which we are trying to show how it's better and how it is going to work in the next upcoming slides.
This is just screenshots of some of the code that's written for BERT. So here we are trying to see the Hellman Worldwide Logistics. Hope you can see that. So we suspect we have duplicate records. So we are taking a report of all the company's name grouped with all the similar records are grouped together. So we are considering this Hellman Worldwide Logistics Limited, and using fuzzy logic algorithms, we got two of the records which are highlighted in this sheet, right? So obviously when we correct it, it's a great advantage. So now when the same input data file was run through the ML program, so it produced, it brought out much more similar records, right? In the third row, you see the HWL Limited, which is a possible match. H standing for Hellman, W standing for Worldwide, and L for Logistics. So it also, if somebody wrote it in the abbreviated format, it can bring it out. And that you don't have to specify how to, you don't teach or write a piece of code how to do the how abbreviations can be. It learns by itself,
Yes.
which is
Swati, Mr. Ganeshan, I'm sorry to interrupt, but one of our attendees is saying the slide is not visible. If you can just make it a little bigger or visible.
or make it bigger.
Yeah.
How about now?
I hope it's good for me. I hope, Kesavan, it's good. Yeah, it's visible now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So here it somehow goes through the records and looks for things which are possible connections. See, it not only brought up the abbreviated record, it also looks into the address fields, and if the address matches between two records, it thinks it's possibly a same company. It just gives it to you for consideration, and it's up to the human data engineer to look at it and make a careful business choice.
Yeah. So the BERT, like we can see in the results, like the BERT, what it does is we have Hellman Worldwide Logistics Limited. So it understands and splits it into different embeddings. One embedding is Hellman, the second one is Worldwide, and third is Logistics, and the last is Limited. So it can give potential abbreviated matches too. So it enables the user or the person for easy understanding that yes, this company is actually the same as this company. HWL is nothing but Hellman Worldwide Logistics, which is very difficult for a fuzzy matching algorithm to give this results because it takes a lot of time and effort for actually fuzzy matching will do it using edit distance, right? So it just is not understanding and splitting into that embeddings. So this AI model would actually give you the potential abbreviated matches, which makes it very easy for any company to understand that these are the potential companies which are same, and these are the duplicate records that can be eliminated or merged into one. And this labeled data set can again be trained in futures for continuous learning. So it understands even better without us giving any dictionary saying this company is the short form of this company is the short form of this. So we can try to make the AI understand on its own. So that's one of the plus point for any data quality management for the company. So,
yeah. So that documentation is dictionary is built by the ML system and
yes,
kept in its own secret sauce.
Yes.
So when such an exercise happens on our platform, say in the first month, an expert data engineer works on it, does a lot of cleaning work and goes. The ML remembers a lot of the knowledge which that person used to make those choices. And in the second month, if he's replaced by another data engineer, this algorithm will present based on the knowledge it picked up from the earlier employee data engineer. So it accumulates knowledge over the years. And as a system, we can have this algorithm, ML algorithm, not only serve one particular customer in a better way as time goes on, but other customers, because the internal knowledge, of course, it's encrypted. We can make sense out of it, what ML keeps as its knowledge. So if it is used by another organization, they also benefit from that. So the very platform gets intelligent day by day.
Okay.
And with that, beyond this data deduping, we are also using the ML techniques to perform mapping. For example, source system migrated to a target application. We all know tables have columns, etc. So one object being migrated to the newer system, it can do the mapping, what goes where, as a first cut suggestion by the ML program, and later the data specialists can look at it and quickly have the mapping completed. That's another aspect, another area within the smart data platform where ML is being used. And beyond that, in the data sense area, where predicting sales, etc., we have the ML algorithms helping our customer to do better predictive analysis and prescriptive analytics. Any questions from anyone? I will hand over back to Neha.
Thank you, Mr. Ganeshan. Wow, what an insightful session it was. Firstly, I would like to express my gratitude to you and Swati for enlightening us with the presentation of the role of AI in data management. The insights that you guys have shared were truly valuable, and it was a fantastic opportunity for us to delve into the potential of these technologies. Thank you for shedding light again. We do have some questions coming up to your way. So the first one is, in your experience, what key challenges have you encountered or foresee in implementing AI, AML in data management? And what strategies do you recommend for overcoming these challenges effectively?
From our point of view, as in the beginning of the talk, I was discussing AI ML, which is used within the platform, the smart data platform, right? So there we illustrated a couple of use cases within our platform, such as deduping and data mapping. And of course, we do have the analytics, ML-based analytics available. So outside of this, right? So our platform helps you in data management to create higher quality data, which is very, very important for any AI, ML, or any other user. You brought all the data to the data lake. Why? Just to leave it there? No. People want to get the data from there and put it to various uses. And it could be as simple as a simple report or a complex analysis involving ML algorithms churning through the voluminous data. Either ways, as a simple analysis or a complicated analysis, the basis is good quality data. And that is something that our platform is very good at accomplishing in a very short duration of time.
Right.
Hope that answers where, whether, how you use AI outside of that smart data platform is up to the business requirements of your organization. But there is never a doubt that anything you develop needs high quality data, and that is where we can help you all.
Agreed. One of our attendees, Mr. Ganeshan, wanted to know what strategic advantage can AI and ML offer in elevating a data management to a competitive differentiator.
So AI, ML, so the strategic ideas, if we are going to ask for AI to be used for different competitors, so AI keeps changing every day. So the one that you're trying to implement might have been implemented by a competitor, but how you enable it by changing your logic within your own company's understanding of what can be done for the better is what matters amongst different competitors. So for example, if we are trying to use BERT and other competitor also uses BERT, but the logic within it is what matters. So how we enable the logic as per our requirement and growth of the client or the customer or improvement of it is what matters, is what I feel, because that's going to help a lot of competitors to balance it out, is what I feel.
Agreed.
The strategic advantage is start as soon as possible. That itself gives you a big head start, And another aspect is do not let bad data creep into your operational systems. Of course, you spent a lot of time getting your data clean, getting high quality data. But any system, operational system, the best ERP, the best homegrown application, top systems, they start accumulating bad data over a period of time. So that is where our data governance, MDM, etc., play a major role in preventing bad data from creeping into your operational systems and eventually to your decision-making systems, such as the data lake. So it's important to have these in mind, because if you look historically in the 90s and early 2000s, implementing systems, integrated systems, before that each department had their own computerized systems. The ERP revolution bringing all of them under one umbrella, one database, and that provided a lot of business advantage to many companies, and now nobody runs without them. So those systems have been in use over the last 20 years, and a lot of data have been collected, and within that, a lot of bad data or low quality data has crept in, and now the focus light is on that data, and the data needs to be improved. Now that ERPs have been implemented in the last 10 years, currently it is improving the data quality that is getting attention and focus.
Great.
That is very important for your long-term survival of any organization.
Got it. Great. So I have one interesting question coming up for you. Like you have shared in your presentation that AI will AI will help us in translating a pet's sounds and languages. Will it also help us in translating a baby's sounds and languages in future? What is your take on it? I think some curious parent has asked this question.
I will answer this.
Yeah.
To understand and enjoy the baby's language, all we need to do is lift the baby and hold them close to the chest.
Right.
There is no need to bring a machine in between.
Absolutely.
But then theoretically, yes. But I want to give a word of caution. Let the baby be a baby. At least for some time, it doesn't get direct commands, right?
Right.
Let the baby talk, and we keep talking our language. There is some communication. Once communication starts, commands also start, right? When there is communication, then they say, okay, eat properly, sit there. Don't mess with that. So when they are a baby, you don't say that, "Ah, baby, you don't understand. You wait for some time." So let baby be a baby.
Totally agree with you. So we have many questions, but just we are running out of time. So we'll just close this session over here. For those whom we are not able to answer your question, please write it down to us. We'll be happy to answer each one of them. At last, I would like to thank you, Mr. Ganeshan and Swati, for this wonderful session. We'll now conclude this session, but I encourage you to join us for the next session. We have a very interesting topic, modernization of data at 10 a.m. CST. Lastly, I would like to extend my gratitude for all of you attending this session and making BeConnected virtual conference successful. Special thanks to the outstanding presenters and participants. Thank you, and see you all in the next session. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Neha, for your excellent comparing skills.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.